What up, everybody? Wise guys back in the building with your host Cliff and
Sammy Bill.
let me get it right. Well, hey, we got a good one for you guys today. You guys can see the title, you see what's going on. And before we do that, Sammy, go ahead and let them know what to do.
Please, if you haven't done so already, subscribe, like, subscribe, comment. We look for those comments actually, because we do like to interact with y'all. So, but please subscribe if you haven't done so. Like, share, do all the things because y'all will make this channel go, and we appreciate y'all. So.
Absolutely. And so shout out, to our subscribers. We're at 177 and we don't do videos super frequently. So it's great that you guys rock with us, how y'all rock with us. And we really do appreciate that. All right. So let's talk about a story that's going on right in our home city, our hometown, which is Houston, Texas, and right actually around the street from where you are. So if you guys don't know, there was a murder-suicide that occurred on the north side of town. Of 1960, and I believe forget the cross street airline, stupid airline. So not so great news. And they'll go into the particulars about what happened. And so we're reacting to the things as they go along. And will you give them the breakdown, Sammy? Well, I'm gonna put our little music on.
Well, actually, I haven't. I don't know too much about it other than the briefing that you gave. See the video. I wanted to watch it live with everybody else.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, yeah. So in the situation, apparently, well, that's the wrong one. All right. So I'm gonna do a share screen. I'll have the officer break it down, and then I'll come back for hours. All right. So let's get that share screen up. It's just an unfortunate story, man. You don't ever want to see loss of life, and especially in the realm of a painful divorce where somebody has moved on, the other one has not. And so let's go ahead and listen to the officer talk about it a little bit and Channel 2 break it down. Shout out to Channel 2, man.
Hungry for something different?
After this advertisement.
Chicken bowl, ready in 6 minutes.
Nice touch though.
Well, the Harris County Sheriff's Office says more than a dozen shots were fired inside the Crab Station Oyster Bar, which is just behind me. To your question, Keith, the suspect, we're told, and his soon-to-be ex-wife decided this is where they would discuss the terms of their divorce. The wife also bringing her new and current boyfriend. Investigators say there was about a 20-minute...
I just got to say off rip, man, it's a whole bevy of bad ideas going on right here.
Mm-hmm. The music.
Huh?
The music turned down a little bit.
Okay.
Kind of drowning him out. And
there we go.
Yeah, it's perfect.
So yeah, it's just like first off, I see that you don't conduct a divorce signing in a restaurant. I just think when you're doing legal stuff like that, unless you know the temperament of both people, you would just probably want to reserve that for like a lawyer or a clerical conducive situation. I don't think that's a good idea at a place like that. What do you think?
No, I agree. I don't know what the juicy crab or whatever it was. Doesn't, well, you know what? Like you said, unless you know the temperament of the person, that may have been a place where they've always found peace, and it was like, let's just meet up there and do this and chop it up or whatever, and something went wrong. So who knows? But yeah, it's best to not even, when you're doing something that you don't want to be doing, like it's best to not even be in the presence of the other person. Like when you're doing signing child support papers, or custody orders and stuff like that, you're not right there with the person. Like they with their lawyer and you with your lawyer, and they bringing the papers back and forth. Like that's how it should have went in this scenario, because it's best for both parties. So.
Yeah, and that's kind of the spirit of that. And I just find it interesting that the boyfriend came along too. Right. And if you guys don't know, there's a big age gap between the wife and the husband. Divorcing, the wife was 29 and the husband was 61. So they've been married for 9 years. And so I presume that the younger guy the guy she's with was a lot younger. So I'm sure in that old man's mind, he probably suspected that some stuff was riding in Denmark, as they say. So I do wonder about that part of it too.
69 and 21.
61 and 29.
61 and 29. Wow.
Yeah. Let us keep going though.
Discussion about that divorce, and then things turned deadly. Multiple shots rang out here at this North Houston restaurant.
No, I was pulling up at the light.
You said what?
I saw the cops around, and I saw that there was no parking in front of the restaurant.
The Crab Station Oyster Bar and a nearby parking lot quickly becoming the focus of a deadly shooting.
I just can't help but to look at this
investigation. Bar and a nearby parking lot.
Right there, man. That cinema place, man. I've been just a little kid going there watching the little dollar movies, man. I remember that vividly, man.
Yeah, $1.50. That's what it was.
Yep. Yeah, I remember Ross over there, man. I used to get my my little struggle polos back in the day when I was in middle school. Like, man, that's crazy that it happened right there in my backyard, man.
That's literally 5 minutes from where our kids play on Saturdays. Yeah.
Yep. That's right by mom's crib. But yeah, let's keep going.
Quickly becoming the focus of a deadly shooting investigation centered around the end of a 9-year marriage.
A husband and wife that were going through a divorce had agreed to meet at this location to discuss the terms of the divorce. The wife was accompanied by her boyfriend. They spoke in the restaurant for approximately 20 minutes, and the conversation, we're told, did not go well.
Major Susan Cotter says the husband...
And I gotta just presume, and we talked about this off air yesterday, that I just got the inclination that the new boyfriend said something fly to the husband. He had to.
Do we know how old he was?
We don't.
Okay.
We know he was a boxer, and he was relatively young looking. From the picture I saw, I would probably peg him around early 40s, late 30s. Yeah, so
pride and ego going on in there.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I just again, that's just not a great idea, injecting him into that fold, because of course you see that, all right, that's your man, you want him to protect and provide, but I'm sure he injected himself in the wrong time, and that probably set that old dude off. Well, like I said, the lawyer should have been there, so it's no worries or no madness like this.
Absolutely. It's so many things that could have went wrong with that. And now I do understand bringing your boyfriend. Well, I don't understand bringing your boyfriend, because if you're bringing him because you don't feel safe, then you need to go somewhere where you feel safe to sign this.
Go.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I don't understand that move. I think that it was reckless by the both of them, But go forward. I don't. It's finishing.
Unfortunately, it just cost them their life, but cost two people their lives. But
husband and suspect fired 13 rounds inside the restaurant.
He shot the male that she was with multiple times, and he attempted to shoot her, but he missed.
He then walked out and went to his vehicle in the same parking lot.
When our deputies arrived on scene, they had been told by dispatch a description of the suspect vehicle. The deputies approached the vehicle, and when they approached the vehicle, the male exited the vehicle and shot himself in the head.
The suspect was rushed to the hospital, but the sheriff's office says he is not expected to survive. And we're told by the sheriff's office that only about 5...
What you got?
He's not dead yet.
Yeah, I don't know. This was a report from yesterday. I don't know if he's since passed since then.
Oh, I hope he made it. I hope he made it. Because one, not because I'm rooting for him, but two, because that's some whole ass shit to shoot yourself after that shit. And I hope he survived that shit and have to live the rest of his life like that. But two, that car gonna be on sale, so we're gonna try to get that.
I was about to say, that's a nice damn car. I don't even like Maseratis like that. I was like, hey, shit.
Either, but shit, it's on sale. There's a suicide in there, so it's gonna be on sale at the police auction.
40% off, 30% off, something.
Yeah, but so he did try to shoot her. So it ain't like it was just
killed a dude, killed himself, and that's what we said yesterday off camera. Was like, that's weird.
Yeah.
Guys typically don't do that. You shoot the other dude and then go kill yourself because you killed the other dude. I was like, that don't sound right. That don't sound right.
Yeah. So he was really old, clearly. 61. Shot 13 shots and he hit him multiple times, but missed her. He had to be a bad shot. You in close quarters and you couldn't hit it. She had some grace over her life, whoever it was. But it's interesting. What do you think happened to make him want to shoot that boyfriend?
Well, like I said, I'm sure he said something fly to him because they said it's been 20 minutes for them trying to communicate, and the communication was going nowhere.
Yeah.
So that tells me it was some back and forth going, and it was no resolution like they thought.
Yeah.
And so the old guy probably started popping off, and then probably popping off to the woman, and then he stepping in like, "Hey, babe, I got this," and he probably said some fly shit. You know how it gets you. He had some of that "you got me fucked up" energy, and
say old bitch ass nigga.
Yeah, it cut him deep.
Yeah.
So he kind of came back with that thing, to kind of be the equalizer. So it seems to be a guy doing well for himself, with the car situation and all. So it maybe been like one of just those things from a physicality standpoint. She see that she didn't want his money no more. She wanted somebody more like her age and things of that nature. So that's how it strikes me again with Buddy being a boxer. Like those guys tend to be hotheads. So that's how that whole thing seems to me.
No, I agree. 29 and 61 is a ridiculous age gap, but it's not uncommon. And he kind of, you said 9 years they were together, married.
Yep.
So 52 and 20. So at 52, you still got a little something left. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a little something. But he aged out on her, and she got everything she needed from him, clearly, because he does look like he, at least by his car, he does well for himself. So she used that man up and then went and got her a young fit, somebody around her age, and she brought that guy, and I'm sure it's been a process to get to this point to where they actually signing the paper. So in that process, this dude has been there. He's probably been there since before she left. You know what I'm saying? Just because probably how that go. I'm interested to know. You know what? I'm not interested to know what her side of the story is, because she can only tell her side, and she gonna tell it to her benefit. So I don't care what her side of the story is, but typically how these things go. That's her leaving a situation where she, well, you know what? Not gonna say she used him, because it clearly was mutually beneficial. He got him a young hot thing. I don't know if she was hot or not. What she look like?
I didn't see a picture of her.
Okay. So he got a young thing, and she got her older, well-to-do guy that's taking care of her, and now she's transitioned to the next part of her life and without him. So I think that he was okay with that until he wasn't, They got in there and dude started popping off, and he started popping off because he old, he's 61. He ain't I'm not finna fight you. I know you a boxer. You know what I'm saying? Like all that shit. I ain't finna box you, bro. Like you better get out of my face. I'm gonna pop your ass and
That
dude.
sounds too much like right.
Yeah. So dude was probably like, you got me fucked up, all ass nigga, and you ain't gonna do shit. Doom. He did, and then bitch, you brought this on me, and then he tried to hit her and he couldn't, so he got to the car like, oh, I done fucked up.
That's a lot of shooting though, man. 13 shots,
well, if you shot guns before, that shit go fast. You can shoot 5 shots in like 3 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what gun you got, it go real quick, and you can miss really easily if you don't know how to shoot, because the recoil and you know what I'm saying, like it's just shots all over the place and shit. So it's easy to miss. But it sounded like dude was closer to him, so he can hit him, and she started running, and he tried to hit her and he couldn't. You know what I'm saying? Because she was too far away and he can't shoot. But I think that he went outside and thought about it, He's like, fuck, I just killed this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like in public, I killed him. My life is over. And the emotional thing to do at that time was, fuck it, I'm taking myself out. And then you don't even die immediately. So that's
Yeah. You can't even. You only 1 out of 3 successful of what you were shooting at.
This nigga, he Prince Daddy and shit on Purple Rain. Like, bro, you lived through shooting yourself in the head. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
But I think it's weak to. I mean, I understand people do that, you know, suicide and all that, but I just think it's weak. I'll always think it's weak. That'll never change. I know people go through things. I know people are mentally unstable. I know, but that shit weak to me. So him doing that, he should have stood on it. You know what I'm saying? I'd have stood over that nigga. You know, if that was the case, if I want to kill him that bad, shoot that nigga and stand there. Like, fuck that nigga.
Well, I'd have peeled off 1 or 2.
Yo, or leave, you know what I'm saying? And be on a high speed chase for the next. He ain't going nowhere though. He's 61. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a smart guy. He was able to go through. Well, this is what I think. He was able to go through all those scenarios real quick. And it was like, nah, it ain't gonna work out. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's sad that it escalated to that and that quickly. But that shit happened down there every day, you know, somewhere.
As a matter of fact, there was a murder-suicide in Southwest Houston where a girl stabbed her boyfriend to death and killed herself. So yeah, these things. So that's 2 in 2 days in Houston. So
wow,
no, those are just the ones that got on the news. So yeah, I mean, this stuff happens every day. So you're right. Let him have them finish off. I'll get off.
5 or 6 people, and that includes employees, were inside the restaurant at the time of the shooting. Luckily, no one else was injured. We're live in North Houston. Bill Barajas, KPRC 2 News.
Well, shit, of course nobody's injured. You can't shoot worth a damn. Of course nobody else is injured. But yeah, man. So salute to everybody on the stream, man. We appreciate the comments. I see Prince say, I ain't saying I understand, but I understand. Okay, got you.
Yeah.
He said that about City.
He in LA.
No. He said that because I live in LA. I ain't a Houston dude no more. That's funny.
Yeah, nah, bro. That's I get it though. It's everybody has a breaking point, you know. I think that it takes us a lot longer to get to that point, you know. If you more balanced in your life, it takes a lot to get to the point where it's like fuck it. But everybody has a breaking point, and clearly that was his. And I think it's unfortunate that it happened like that. I don't know what dude said, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't nothing. I'm pretty sure it wasn't a, hey man, just sign the papers, man, so we can get on with our life. I'm sure it wasn't that shit. And you got to be careful. You can't be out here reckless, just talking to people. You know, you can't be reckless. You know me, I always say that shit. Like you can't just go around. You don't know who's who. You don't know who's willing to do what. Like you really got to be careful out here. And unfortunately, he's an example of that now. You know, he lost his life over some bullshit, over his girlfriend signing divorce papers. That's bullshit. You never think when you alive that I'm gonna die over this shit, you know? So it's unfortunate, but what they say about playing a stupid game and winning
stupid prizes.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm real big again on not being reckless, in the sense that if you strike me as a person with a volatile personality, I don't want nothing to do with you.
Mm-hmm.
And again, going to the situation with the girl last night, you know, killing her mate, I'm sure you seen signs she was capable of that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why when I've dated, you know, females in the past, they do that putting hands on me stuff. I'm like, you gonna do that? Because I mean, physical fight, we know who's gonna win that. So I don't know what you're capable of when I'm vulnerable. So no, I'd rather not. Because like you say, everybody has a breaking point, and some people who are a little bit mentally imbalanced, that breaking point will come off anything quick, swift. Some little trigger from their past life may just, you know, set them off and get them going. But as far as it being relevant to this topic at hand,
Mm-hmm.
you just know, again, man, the divorces are never good. You know, that's, you know, literally a situation where this man, 61, is about to walk away from something that's been his wife for almost a decade. And I just think the optics of just seeing who the replacement guy is too, that just did something to his psyche. And it just wasn't a good situation to begin with, because the fact that you need to even bring your gun to it kind of shows that there was some type of mortal fear he had of that guy, him being a boxer.
Mm-hmm.
And I think and who knows what the conversation has been leading up to it. And maybe they built up to like an amicable separation, but maybe it was a lot of shit talking back and forward, and they trying to just, all right, let's be mature, let's move on, let's go ahead and take care of this. So, you know, more information would definitely help me understand the whole optics around it. But I mean, if we're being real, we talking about the North Side here. We talking about 1960 area, man. It ain't the hood for y'all who don't know the area. It ain't the hood, but it ain't the most upstanding folks around that area. Let me put it that way. It just ain't. Yeah. So, oh, you said you in my city. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. Shit, Tacho coming down there later today too. So all right, man. Holler at me. So yeah, man. So I just think in a situation like this, me knowing the area, me seeing the optics, I got a lot of questions about, you know, the pre-conversation before that. And because stuff like that is not normal, man. Like if you're gonna handle some shit like that, again, like we let in with earlier, you tend to want to take that somewhere where it's a controlled environment. You part, you know, amicably, and you move on. Mm-hmm. It seemed to be some old hook and by crook shit that they were doing. Some, you know, kind of going by the what they say, the seat of your belt loop kind of thing, and it backfired literally. So I would just say for those who go through stuff like this, I mean, just take that little extra time to go sit in that courtroom or sit in that those chambers, knock that shit out and be done with it, man. Because when you try to do shit like that on your own, and again, if you know the person or persons involved tend to be, you know, have some unhinged, you know, tendencies, you might put yourself in a situation where the emotional aspect takes over, you know, people being just sensible about what they're doing, and you be left with something like this. Now, I know this is an extreme case, but I'd imagine there's been plenty of fist fights or, you know, removals from places because somebody just got too, you know, aggressive or what have you. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, just why even put yourself in that position? That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, I don't. This is purely, you know, projection and feelings, but I don't think, one, I saw that Rich said that he came with the gun loaded, meaning that he didn't come with that gun loaded for her. You know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't, I don't think that was the case. I think that, like you said, it was something that was pre-existing, and dude was like, the younger guy was talking, and the older guy, with what bit of pride he had left, he wasn't gonna take that shit. You know what I'm saying? So he like, it's whatever when I see you, you know, and he ready for whatever when he see him, and which he was. And I just think that it could have went the way they planned, but it rarely goes that way when it's emotions all over the place like that. Like you can come in, you can lead in with, all right, we're gonna handle this amicably, but it don't go like that, because the first person that pop off is gonna trigger the next person to pop off, and then it's just gonna be out of control. And it seemed like that's what happened. And I don't know. I'm trying to balance or trying to figure out how I feel about it. And I feel like I feel bad for the older guy. I feel bad for the older guy because it don't seem fair. But then at the same time, like, bro, you 61. You live 61 years on this planet. Like, you know how this shit go.
You should.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what you're dealing with a woman, especially one that's fucking, damn it, 32 years younger than you. Like, you know what's up, you know? So for you to put yourself in that position, I don't know. I still feel bad for him because he was vulnerable. He was vulnerable. I don't know. I
don't feel bad for his ass. I think it's unfortunate. I mean, it's kind of a situation he created. Like, you got you a young tenderoni. You've been an older man. You got to know the nature of him. So it tells me some checks with some provisioning you weren't doing over her young mind. I'm sure she's gonna be who she is, which is a young woman, and who's gonna desire certain things in certain departments. If you catch my drift, and I'm sure at 61, you wasn't plowing her down like you was at 52.
Right.
So, you know, that's lack of prudence on your part, man. You know, if you want to go dip there young, you better make sure it's the one who really on your program like that. Because if you don't, once you start to hit that little older 23-year-old stride, 24, 25, man, they looking to hot girl it up, man. Your camera got the little.
Yeah, I see it.
We'll be back soon. Any closing thoughts, man? We'll go ahead and wrap this one up.
Yeah, no, like you said, that was very unfortunate. But that shit happens every day. You know, it's happening somewhere. It's happening somewhere right now where somebody's, you know, thinking about what they're going to do next. If they should take her life, take their life, take his life. It's a real thought for somebody right now, you know, in this world. And I guess what I will say is, to me, it's not worth it. But I'm not them. To them, it may be. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to. I guess I would just say that it's more to life than this shit. You know what I'm saying? And if your life is centered around your relationship to where you feel like it's the end all be all, then you need to reevaluate your life, you know, and put yourself back in the driver's seat, because you're in the passenger seat to your relationship, and that's not healthy for anybody, not for anybody involved in the relationship. You, her, him, what kind of relationship y'all have. So I would say reevaluate your situation, your circumstances, and put yourself back in the front so you can ride equally with whoever it is that you're with. Don't get to a place to where you feel challenged so much that you have to make life-altering decisions, you know, life-ending decisions, really. But don't put yourself in a place where you got to be there. And if you find yourself there constantly, then you're probably in the wrong situation. And it's tough, man. Like, we all deal with it in relationships, everybody, you know, but you gotta constantly go over that shit. Like, you gotta constantly go over what you in, your situation, and keep asking yourself, is this the situation for me? Don't look up 9 years later and like, damn, I fucked up, but we in it. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm to the point where I'm like, fuck it, she gotta go. You know, if I can't have her, nobody can, and she ain't gonna be here, and I don't mind dying myself. Fuck it, I live my life. That's some weak shit. That's some weak shit from any individual. And that's why I don't feel sorry for him, at, because you let yourself get to that point where you became a hoe ass nigga. You became that dude that's that dude. Like, don't be that dude. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I got for it.
Yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet, man. That's why you always got to be married to your purpose, man. You have to, because that's your balance. Like the movie Inception, the little spinning top, that was to let you know you're still tethered to reality. That's what you have to do. When you put all that into a human is made to let you down in some capacity. So, not saying put your faith in other humans, you should. I mean, it's good to connect and to grow with and build with. But when that person existence starts to overstep what you are, and I'm mostly talking to men here, that's when you set the breaking point. That's when that breaking point is around the corner, because you're not tethered to anything anymore. You're acting irrationally, like an animal backed into a corner. You're not rational. You're just trying to survive a situation, survive it, you know, emotionally, mentally, and sometimes physically. But when you unwrap your mind from that concept and you stay about what you are, and remember that, hey, listen, man, if she goes, my life continues. And when you lose that paradigm, this is kind of result you get.
Yeah.
So that's all we got, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in on this episode. We'll try to drop another one shortly. Hit the like button, subscribe. Wise guys, man. We out, man.